Holding on to the red plate and the championship points lead, Marvin Musquin with 304 points. Eli Tomac slipped to the number 2 spot. He now has 301 points. Justin Barcia maintains the number 3 spot with 264 points. And Ken Roczen has moved into 4th place with 246 points in the 2018 Lucas Oil Motocross Championships. The 3 riders have now joined us. Gentlemen, would like to start the press conference off, I guess, with the first question. Has to go to Marvin Musquin. Marvin, you came in today, a win just a week ago, tied on points, didn't make up points, but got the win. But today has to be one of the biggest point swings we ever seen. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely not expected to leave RedBud with the red plate, to be honest. And I was 32 points back. Yeah, obviously the goal is to give my best every weekend and try to win and try to, take a few points here and there on Tomac. And it didn't start off really good. I had a great start in the first moto, but yeah, lost the front and came back last. And actually, got up and charged hard and came back to 2nd place. I mean, I couldn't believe when Frankie showed me 2nd. Obviously, I saw Tomac on the side of the track, and yeah, what a crazy day. And then with that 2nd place, I knew I had a shot of winning the overall, and all I had to do is obviously to win the 2nd moto, and it was a great race. Those guys never gave up, and that was intense, and they were right there behind me when I get into the lead, and I had to be really consistent and mistake free. That was the key today for me, and to win that 2nd moto was awesome.
Ken Roczen, next question. It's been quite a few years. You ran up front earlier in the series, but this was a moto win, and it has to feel like the program's really starting to come around for you.
Yeah, I think all in all, it was. We've kind of had a little dip down in the last few races, and I think we kind of just figuring the bike out more and more. Obviously with those guys being in California, in Florida, there's not that much you can do throughout the week to make changes, but we did something drastic this week just to see which way we should go, and that helped me out a lot. And I just kind of had a mellow week and came back this weekend pretty hungry, and I feel like I rode a lot better and I was able to ride a lot better. And so yeah, being in that first moto, grabbing that moto win, obviously I got lucky. Things were really messed up. I mean, most of the good guys were in the back. Obviously Eli was in the front, and then his bike broke down, but I'll take a win. I'll take a win for sure. So it was a good weekend overall, and it just feels great to be. I think it was my 2nd podium this year, so it feels good.
Justin Barcia, RedBud has been a track that you ride very well at today. It looked like they made a lot of soil changes. There were some deep ruts. Take us through what the 2018 RedBud track was like.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting. This year there was a little bit of different conditions. There was obviously some sand. There was that really deep section after mechanics area that was pretty gnarly for the motos. And then there was actually like some rocks and hard pack that came up like near Larco's Leap and stuff. So it was a little bit of everything thrown at us today with the dirt conditions. And I've never seen it like that here as much. So it's definitely, interesting, and you had to be on your toes for sure. And like Marvin said, mistakes, you need to try to be mistake-free as much as you can, but it was a difficult track to do that.
I'd like to open it up now to questions from the media. Oh, yes, sir.
Marvin, could you talk about the start of the first race where you fell off the bike, you got run over a couple of, did that ever happen to you before?
Just what I did?
Today, the first moto.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it happens, and that's definitely the last thing I want to do off a start is to crash, obviously, and it definitely doesn't feel good. You got up, and you have to pass as many riders as you can, and man, yeah, it's not fun. Did you feel people going over? No, I obviously thought I was gonna get ran over, but I got lucky. I was able to pick up my bike, and
your bike got ran over.
Yeah, you told me, yeah. But I mean, those guys are coming right behind me, so sometimes you have no choice to. I mean, it's better when they get run over the bike that they knew, but sometimes your bike can get damaged and you can finish the moto. So I kind of got lucky in a way, and I was able to get back out there and charging.
Jim Kimball with Motocross Action. This question is for Kenny. Kenny, you've raced a lot of Motocross of Nations around the world, different countries and tracks and everything. I'd like to get your opinion. How do you feel about this track, RedBud hosting the 2018 Destinations?
I think it's sweet. This has always been definitely one of my favorite tracks throughout the entire season. So I'm excited. Plus, it's a pretty quick trip for us to come here. So, and my plan obviously is to race this year for sure. And so I think it's going to be great. You know, if we can get the same crowd, and probably going to be a lot more as well. A bunch of Europeans coming over. I think it'll be great. I've ridden quite a few destinations, whether they're in Europe. I've actually gone to Butts Creek years and years ago, and I didn't race, but I've always really liked that race just because it gives you a complete different atmosphere, and people are going crazy. So, and it's pretty fun catching up with GP guys as well.
This is for Ken. Just talk about what that first moto win meant to you. It's your first one since your injury. And, did you ever think at some point, like, you may not get to that level again?
No, definitely not. I never thought about not getting back there. It was really just a matter of time. And obviously, technically, I'm on a new bike for this outdoor season, even though I've been with them last year, but didn't get to ride much. So it's really just learning and, taking some of the pieces out already for next year, preparing. And I think we're getting more and more a direction. And obviously, actually, the first moto, like I said, I ran over Marvin's bike, and that cost me a lot of spots. I was definitely outside the top 10 and had to make something happen. And then I saw Eli at one point, and we were kind of I was catching him a little bit, and then he would gain on me a little bit. But once I saw somebody on the side kind of, and I was focused on my line, so I wasn't 100% sure if it was him. Mm-hmm. So once in the last lap, I knew that I was leading, and it was just sweet. And especially with the fans, I heard them throughout the entire last lap, which was pretty cool. And then finally making it happen, like I said, we kind of got lucky, but I'll take it for sure. It's been a great weekend. And then obviously third in the second moto was good too, and second podium this year, it was great.
And Justin, what happened on that right here? The first moto crash on the start. We just kind of saw you flipping.
Yeah, kind of same as Marvin. I think just kind of pushed that front end a little bit, and I went down my own. So that was definitely made it difficult for sure. I came back to fourth, which was pretty good. I was kind of obviously bummed on that, but it was a good ride.
And Marv, you were down 32, I think, coming into this weekend. You're leaving with the red plate. Like, how does it change your approach going forward? I mean, you were down 32, which is a lot to come back from, especially against someone like Eli.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy, but I've been patient, and I've been trying my best every weekend, and obviously, things like that definitely can happen, and it happened today, and we just have to focus on ourselves and just keep on pushing and giving our best every time, and minimize the mistakes. And when you see last year I was down over 70 points, I think, or 60 at one point, and I was able to gain a lot of points. So you never know in motocross what can happen. So we give our best every time, and but definitely it changed a lot in the championship, and it will make it even more interesting.
Can you talk about coming into the second moto? Were you thinking you had a shot at the overall there? What was the mindset there?
Nothing changed. Like I was feeling pretty good in the first moto and everything. So my mindset was definitely going out there and trying my best to go 1-1. But at the same time, I just kind of remained calm and wanted to have fun with it and really enjoy it. That first moto was already pretty sweet, and I was kind of just imagining myself winning. So it kind of gives you a happy feeling, and went out there and tried my best to do it.
This question is for Justin. Justin, could you touch on the second moto, the last couple laps? You were trailing Kenny, and then you made the pass, I think, on the very last lap. Were you kind of stalking him and looking for kind of did you have a spot in mind to where you could pass him?
Not necessarily. You know, it was kind of like a yo-yo race for me a bit. I got close in the beginning. I lost him a little bit, got close again, and then got into some lappers. Didn't do the leap one lap, so it was kind of like a, you know, an up and down race for me. But you know, those last 3 laps, I really put a hard charge, and you know, kind of got that flow back that I had in the beginning of the race. And you know, once I hit that tabletop, I kind of set up my line pretty good, and I was able to cut under Kenny a little bit and just get out of those bumps and carry some more momentum to the next corner and, you know, make the pass stick. So, yeah, it was a tough second moto. The track was really hard to get a good flow. So, luckily I got a good flow the last couple laps and made it happen.
Next question for the 450 class. You're good? I guess last question for all three of you then. Big weekend off, one of the next breaks in the season. Any special plans or anything we should know about heading into the week off for you guys?
Going on the boat tomorrow.
Marv, you going on the boat too?
Maybe I'll text Kenny tomorrow morning.
Nice. Justin Barcia?
I don't know. I got a boat. I might go on the boat fishing. What's that?
I think you've got some Yamaha guys coming over, and
Oh, I don't know. Do I? They haven't told me yet.
More
So
than you.
might be testing. I'm not sure, but no, I'm just gonna chill out a little bit. You know, maybe do something we don't usually do on off weekends. Maybe like go to the beach or something. But I definitely don't want to travel too much because we travel a lot. So.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. Outstanding day. This was the 45th annual RedBud, and you guys certainly made it special. Folks, this is the 450 class.
Thanks.